I just opened the new Barbie Basics, which means new dolls. But the shelf is full. I need more storage. And I got an idea. What's up, doll collectors, hobbyists, fabs, and besties? I'm Toya, an adult doll collector. Welcome to my miniverse. I woke up this morning with a fun idea to store and display our dolls. If you're a doll collector like me, chances are you think about storage. So today, we are kind of playing off an older video, our apartment building with a balcony. We're going to use the idea of the balcony to create a wall display for our dolls. In the original video, they were kind of all stuck together, but we can make just one balcony at a time using a picture frame. Let's head over to the craft table. That needs to be cleaned. No time for that, because we've got an idea that may or may not work. I bought a simple picture frame. This one measures 11 inches by 14, so it's tall enough for our tall Barbies, and it looks like it will work with our Integrity Toys dolls. If you don't have a picture frame, you can probably use foam board or cardboard instead. I'm switching to a different picture frame because the other one was plastic and I might have a difficult time gluing stuff to it. Let's go ahead and take it apart, removing the back, the paper, the mat, and the glass or plastic. If yours has a film, we can remove it from one side. I have thin black tape. It's 1/8 of an inch thick. If you don't have tape, I think cutting strips of black cardstock or paper could work as well, because we're just going to add some lines onto the plastic or glass. Mine's just plastic. I'm hoping that it will look like large double windows or French doors. Making my lines on a grid is really helping to try to keep them pretty straight. I use an X-Acto knife to carefully trim off any excess. And so far, so good. I take the paper that came with the frame, I trace it on poster board, cut on the line drawn to give us a backdrop for our window. You can choose to leave it as is, cover it with a picture, or add a thin fabric. I'm using tulle, and I just glue it onto the poster board. I stretched it over the edge and glued it in the back. I'm hoping this will give the illusion of curtains. Now let's put it all back together. But first, let's remove the film, place the glass in the frame, add the curtains on poster board, then the back of the frame. Then when we flip it over, hopefully it looks like a large window. Not sure if you can really see those curtains. Well, I can see them in person. Let's move on. Now that we have our windows or doors, let's make the balcony. I'm using recycled cardboard. Measure the bottom of the frame. For me, it's a little over 12 inches. And let's make our balcony 5 inches wide. So we have a little room, but it doesn't stick out too far from the wall. On second thought, let's add a little more, like the bottom of the frame, so I will be able to glue it underneath. Cut a couple layers. I'm going with 4. I stack and glue them together. I'm using hot glue to glue the layers together. Now that we have our base, I cut more cardboard and glue it together. That is wide enough to fit on the sides. Before gluing it together, take paperboard or chipboard, cut strips, glue them on to cover the edges, hopefully cleaning them up a little. Let's glue on the sides using hot glue to attach the pieces of cardboard. Cover with paper or paint it. I'm painting it with a little acrylic paint. I started with a gray base, and then I'm just going to mix in a little white to hopefully make the look of like concrete or something like that. Allow it to dry. Measure and cut wooden dowels. Paint them. I'm just using a black acrylic paint and allow them to dry. I am going to use these to create a rail on the front. I have 3 short wooden dowels and a longer one to go across. Glue 2 of the shorter ones onto the sides of the cardboard. I glue one in the center, then take the longest wooden dowel and let's glue it across the top. We could also glue it right behind the poles at the top. which I like because my wooden dowel is slightly shorter than the length I need to go all the way across. We could glue more wooden dowels going across, or we can use clear plastic from packaging. Cut a piece that can fit all the way across and glue it in place. I used hot glue to carefully glue it to the wooden dowels, giving us a wall that allows us to see into this space, but stops the dolls from sliding out. I'm gonna take a few of the lines off my window, or doors, and I added another line of tape to these in the center. Now let's glue on the cardboard right around the edge of the frame. I want this to be very secure because I don't want dolls falling off the walls. It could be a good idea to scratch the frame a little where you plan on gluing it to give it a little more grip. But once it's secure, our balcony shelf is pretty much done. The frame is still intact, so we can hang it on a wall to look like a balcony with French doors. Place a doll inside so it looks like the doll is standing on a balcony taking in the view, creating a fun way to display and store our dolls. Now this is made with a picture frame and cardboard, so I wouldn't put too many dolls on this balcony shelf. But we can add a plant or two to add a little greenery and detail. This project isn't difficult to make, so if you have the supplies on hand, we can make more. I'm feeling more confident about what I'm doing the second time around. We can change up the doors, scratch up the sides, then glue on the balcony to make another balcony way faster because now we know what we're doing. And now the dolls can have neighbors. We can decorate the balconies differently and maybe use some of those pots that we bought at Michael's that I thought were a little too large for our greenhouse. Maybe we have some vines climbing up the doorframe with a few flowers for the doll who enjoys a little gardening. The dolls can have pets. You know how we love our miniature cats. I buy most of my cats online, and I bought this box of cats like last summer. It's been waiting patiently on the shelf for me to open it, and now seems like a good time. These are individually wrapped. My last set of cats were not, and I have a little paint transfer. So hopefully these are all good right out of the box. This is the brand. I got 12 cats. Looks like we got a variety of breeds in different poses. And I paid about $13 for 12. Here's the cat next to a Barbie. It might be a little small, but I think it could still work as an accessory. We're getting some pretty interesting poses. Fluffy cats, stretching cats, sitting cats, walking cats. This one looks like it's tearing up curtains. This one looks ready to lay on the couch. And then there's this one. Cute. They definitely add a little more character to this space. These little balconies can work for storage, display, and for a photo op. Thank you for joining us while we made balconies to store, display, and photograph the dolls. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and follow us on Fanbase, Instagram, and YouTube at MyFroggyStuff and Bella of MyFroggyStuff on Instagram. And we will see you next time. Bye!